Coming up, everyone from mothers and mothers-to-be to professional athletes are bringing it with P90X. Why does this program get results for such a wide range of enthusiasts?
Oh, that's brutal.
And trans fat. It's in about 60% of everything you eat. But what is it? Why is it bad for you? Find out all that and more right now on Beachbody Network News. Welcome to BNN. Trans fat. Most label it the scourge of the food world, but it's in so much of what you eat, you may not even know it. We'll tell you which foods and how you can avoid it. But first, if you're a P90X or X Plus diehard, you already know this. But if not, the X has a broad range of appeal. Everyone from moms to professional athletes are getting into the best shape of their lives with Tony Horton. The 12 parts of P90X are extremely diverse, and the resulting muscle confusion yields extreme results. Like the program, the group of extreme individuals who have incorporated the X into their daily lives is quite diverse as well. Doctors, lawyers, and business executives bring it to battle the stresses of the job.
Oh, that's brutal.
Whereas extreme athletes use the X to help exterminate the competition.
Part of the training is the P90X. The plyo stuff, it really helps me on my explosiveness, it helps me on my core conditioning, it helps me on everything.
Core synergistics, that kind of a program is what I focus on for 90% of my workouts.
Horton's heroes keep us safe in the skies and on the streets. There are even professional athletes using P90X to gain an edge on the field, like all-pro football kicker David Akers.
I've been playing pro sports now for 10 years, and doing P90X and seeing the results that I was able to get, the leg strength, the holistic body workout that I got, I tell you, it's going to be part of my routine from here on out.
Akers lost 20 pounds, and his newfound strength and balance are really showing on the field.
Right now, I'm kicking better statistically than I ever have in my entire career. And that's even including the 3 All-Star games I played in.
In fact, with Beachbody cameras on the field, Akers nailed a 64-yard field goal. That's 1 yard longer than the pro record.
That's all X, baby. 64.
Although P90X is extreme enough for the pros, it can be modified, making it accessible to just about anyone, including mothers and mothers-to-be.
For Mother's Day, my 7-year-old had to fill out what's your mom's favorite movie, and he wrote my mom's favorite movie is P90X.
I'm still doing P90X. So still working out with Tony, and I have to modify a couple things, but I can keep up.
If it's working for moms who, had 3 kids and field goal kickers for professional football teams to kick the ball farther, then that's partly the reason why it's been so successful.
And the list of P90X disciples just keeps growing. Now our next story, trans fat. And Tony would say this should top the list of food items to stay away from. Well, trans fat and dessert. Dar Dixon tells us why.
Well, Christy, trans fat is completely banned in most parts of Europe, but that's not the case here in the States. So you have to pay particular attention to labels on the food that you're buying. You may have noticed recently that some of your favorite foods now advertise being trans fat free. But while the announcement may be new, trans fats have been clogging up our meals since the early 1900s. So what exactly are trans fats, and why should we care about them?
Well, trans fats really aren't even natural. Trans fats are really just an invention of a way to make fat more solid at room temperature.
Since trans fats are more solid at room temperatures, that makes it tougher for our bodies to burn the fat away. In fact, since trans fats added to the processed foods are man-made, experts say your body sees them as foreign substances and doesn't metabolize them properly.
Well, the biggest problem with trans fat is they are such strong contributors to development of atherosclerosis. What you're getting is a propensity for plaques to build up in your arteries. And when you have plaque building up in your arteries, it's a precursor to heart disease because you're more susceptible to strokes, heart attack, blocked arteries, coronary heart disease, those types of, all these cardiovascular issues.
Trans fats are most prevalent in baked goods, especially the ones that are soft and chewy. But trans fats don't stop there. Non-butter spreads, fast food, frozen food, and even some soups use the fat as a preservative and flavor enhancer. So next time you're shopping for groceries, be trans fat conscious and shop accordingly.
One of the first things you can do is eat as clean and natural as possible. In other words, eat the least amount of processed foods that you possibly can, and also read the labels. Look at the labels. See what the fat is. See if it's hydrogenated fats that are put in there. If it says partially hydrogenated oils, more than likely it's going to have trans fats in it.
Without federal regulations on trans fat use, several cities and states across the nation are taking the issue into their own hands. California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger recently signed a bill that eliminates the use of trans fats in restaurants and baked goods across the entire Golden State by the year 2010. But in the meantime, the best thing you can do for your heart and health is read the labels so you can remove as much trans fat as possible from your diet.
Dar, thanks for unwrapping the myths behind trans fat. Now, if you have a fitness-related story in your community, tell us, like Rick Coley in Lake Lure, North Carolina. Rick is an avid P90Xer, and when his area hosted their own local Olympiad with proceeds donated to charity, he set up a Beachbody booth with some other Beachbody coaches and competed in the 5-mile run. Rick took home a silver medal and the satisfaction of helping raise money for local North Carolina charities. Congratulations, Rick. Email your stories to bnn@beachbody.com and we'll add it to an upcoming BNN webcast. Coming up on Tuesday's BNN webcast, Tony Horton gets a shot at his first magazine cover. We're behind the scenes during the photo shoot.
He has a great story, and if he can do it, anybody can do it.
And Sean T is taking hip-hop abs to a whole new market by doing an all-Spanish version of the dynamic workout. We'll give you a sneak preview. All that and more on Tuesday's episode of BNN. Now you can go back to your workout.